Yo, I'm back. I'm back with another video, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. And today, just about reading it is saying scariest Snapchats people have received. I don't use Snapchat too often. I don't use it hardly ever. I used to use it a little bit, but Snapchat, like what made me stop using it is when they started updating the location. Like when I could see where my friends were at, I obviously stopped using it because I was like, all right, this is getting too federal, so I don't want to use this no more. Yeah, so like I stopped using Snapchat, and I don't know, I just always didn't like Snapchat because it was just sneaky. So like, you know, for the people that's in a relationship or whatever, if your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, if they use Snapchat, they cheating. I'm sorry. Just to break it to you, I'm sorry. I'm here to let you know that if they use Snapchat, they're cheating. So, especially if they got a score or a streak. I don't know if they still do that, but if they got a streak with somebody, yeah, it's over with. But anyways, these are scariest Snapchats. So, I don't know. I ain't gonna say too much. Let's get into it. Let's see how it goes. Hope y'all having a good week too.
For the sake of the person who sent me this, I'll refer to her as Maria. Maria has an Instagram account with 5,000 followers, which is a decent amount, and so she gets a good amount of attention on her profile from men.
Come on, man. 5,000 followers, talking about she get a good amount from men, a good amount of attention from men. Well, duh. Listen, a girl ain't gotta have no followers. She still gonna get attention from dudes. She can have 0 followers in some type of way. Dudes gonna find a way to jump in their DMs. I promise you. I promise you. Look, pretty girls, first of all, they'll never have under 1,000. Well, it's some low key ones. Them be the baddest ones. The one that got like low followers, them the baddest. They the baddest, trust me. But it's like, I don't know. It's like Instagram followers, like that's the new fame. You feel me? If a girl got 10K plus followers, then obviously she doing something in the industry. I'm not saying what, but she's doing something. 10K, trust me, she's being seen. She's getting flown out and for events and just anything. Like if she's popping on Instagram, just know that, you know, she like that. You know, you got your rare ones, you know, that they just pretty, just naturally pretty, and or the girls is just funny, and that's super rare. But I don't know. The reason I say that because she had 5,000 followers, and he said that she get a lot of attention. So of course she's gonna get attention no matter how many followers she get. So that just happens. Like women get attention. That's what happens. Anyways.
Maria has a boyfriend who has not appeared in any pictures of hers on her Instagram. Maria also had her Snapchat username in her Instagram bio, something a lot of people do
but her
to allow
boyfriend,
their acquaintances and friends to add them on the app.
Not in any of the pictures?
This can also open the door to unwanted contact, though. Although she didn't add everybody back who added her on Snap, she at one point had her privacy settings set to allow all people to send her messages and snaps.
She cheated!
People she didn't add back. So, somewhat often, she'd receive messages and snaps from random guys, usually guys that followed her on Instagram. In her words, often older and creepy. But according to her, even younger
picture,
guys
the
managed to
EDP
look
picture.
creepy by taking weird angled
If you know,
selfies
you know.
in dark rooms. Usually, the snaps were pretty harmless like this, but one day, she received a snap that would lead to her getting the police involved. Maria lives with her family, but often stays at her boyfriend's first-floor apartment. This location is not known to anybody except for her close friends who know of her boyfriend, making it all the more disturbing when she received this snap. It was a picture taken through the window to her boyfriend's bedroom. At the time the photo was taken, it's hard to see it in the dark, but Maria was in the bed napping, and her boyfriend was in the living room watching football. There was no caption to the Snapchat, making it appear to be some kind of subtle threat.
This nigga's a
Maria
creep.
didn't open the snap until much later in the night, while going through snaps she'd received from various people she didn't know. By this time, it was a couple hours after the snap had been sent. She panicked and screamed.
First of all, let's get this straight. Let's just get this straight. If you live in a house or the first floor of an apartment, condo, whatever, and you leave your windows open, like, you deserve to get looked at. Like, to me, that's just the dumbest thing. Like, where's your privacy? You indoors. You're inside your house, your apartment, whatever. Like, give yourself some type of privacy, man. Close the windows. It's cool during the daytime because, you know, you might want to see out. But at nighttime, nah, man. Nah. I say it all the time. At nighttime, like, somebody could literally be standing across the street, like, in the dark, and you can't see them. You can't see them. And they can see you because, obviously, the light on in your house. They can see you. So, no, that's dumb. Like, close your window. Who sleeps with the window open anyway? Like, that's dumb. Like, now, if you're in the country, maybe, but still, yeah, I'll still be scared. I'm scared of raccoons come being a peep freak or something. Like, I don't know. That's just me.
She tried to the snap and showed it to her boyfriend. From here, he replied to the account on her phone, asking, "Who is this?" Upon adding the person back, they saw the account had a pretty high snap score, which for those
My
of you
boyfriend
who
a
may not know,
square.
a person's snap score represents how many times they have received or sent a snap. This account having a snap score in the 50,000 range meant it wasn't likely just a random spam account. The person replied, "John, LOL." Maria's boyfriend replied back, "We're calling the police." And John...
Bro, how... You her man, bro. You her man. First of all, you reply, "All right, who is this?" Whatever. It don't matter who it is. He just took a picture, like, of your girl sleeping in your room, bro. Sleeping in your room, and, like, you asking, "Who is this?" And then the next statement you gonna say is, "We're calling the police." Bro, go outside. Like, women, be careful who you date. Be careful who you date. Because ain't no way you gonna let somebody walk up to your crib, peek in your window, take a picture of your girl, send a message, and the thing you can do is take the phone and get on a thumb war with this guy. "I'm calling the police." No, like, come on, bro. You gotta get right. Ladies, I'm telling you. And first of all, that's the mistake right there. She shouldn't be asleep without him, see? She should be in the front room watching TV with him, see? That's her fault.
replied, "Okay, cool. Let me know if you need help calling them." After this, the account blocked.
His response is funny.
Wonder who this person was. A search through Maria's Instagram followers turned up multiple Johns, but with no last name on the account, it would simply be a guess as to who it would be. That same night, as the couple was sleeping, a crash from the living room woke them up. As Maria's boyfriend ran to check the source of the noise, he found it was the dining room
Johnny threw a brick through the window.
Shattered.
Johnny threw a brick through the window. Want to know why? Because you didn't step outside and handle your business. You want to tell me you're going to call the police. So he probably sat outside, wait on the police in the shadows. Police never showed up. So he was like, I bet. Since you pussy, then I'm just going to throw a brick through your window. Bro, come on, bro. You should have just went outside, bro. You should have went outside. First of all, he tried you. He told you, let me know if you need help calling the police. He was going to help you. And, oh my God.
And on the floor was a house brick, presumed to have been taken from a house being renovated down the block. If the couple didn't have a case before, they definitely did now, and they called 911 to report the incident. Now that a police report had been made, police would subpoena Snapchat for information on this person's account in hopes to locate the person. The couple was assigned a detective to their case who was supposed to help in identifying the mystery person. However, as the days turned into weeks, little to no information was given. It did become apparent, however, that the Snapchat account had been either deleted or banned because it no longer came up under search results. Currently, Maria and her boyfriend have no idea who this person was, and any thought of it being a prank by a friend was out the window when their window was literally shattered by a brick. It can boil down to a stalker being jealous of her boyfriend, but this would also mean that Maria was followed to her boyfriend's house, and that the perpetrator would know where she lives as well. Luckily, with security cameras becoming more prevalent on houses, these kinds of crimes are becoming more difficult to get away with. But in cases like this, where there's an absence of any cameras, unfortunately,
dude, but tell his girl to delete Snapchat.
Crimes off.
Straight up.
3 months later, and Maria and her boyfriend haven't seen any new activity at either of their homes.
You got people coming to my crib, delete it. Delete Instagram too.
This next story comes from a college student named Tom from the University of Kentucky. Tom shares his location on the Snap Map.
Tom sharing his location on the Snapchat. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. This how you get caught. See, no. Don't be sharing your location.
Which, if you've been around my channel for a while, you know how things can sometimes turn out with that. Tom lives in a house off campus with 4 friends in a downtown area by a bunch of bars. The squad of guys often walk to and from these bars at night on the weekends. The night in question was no exception. Tom was on his way home from a nearby college bar, about a 15-minute walk from the house. At some point while walking home, he was on a quiet residential street with woods on one side, and he heard someone walking behind him. He turned to see a man holding out something in front of him, walking about 10 meters behind him. He couldn't tell what he was holding, but he didn't stare for too long because he didn't want to draw negative attention to himself. He noted that something about the sight of the man seemed ominous, though. The man was behind Tom for a while.
Hey man, let me tell y'all this. This is a tip, quick tip, and then I'm gonna let the video play. So Pete, anytime you walking somewhere, like you walking, you always gotta pay attention to your surroundings. Always, like, you gotta frequently look back. Always, you gotta frequently look back. And let me tell you something. If you walking and you've been walking for a minute and you see somebody behind you, and these people are like, you could tell like they up to no good and like they might be on you, you can always do this. This is how you can tell. Cross the street. Cross the street. Once you cross the street, peep them. Turn around and peep them. All right? If they crossing the street with you, all right, now you got to book it. You got to book it. Just run. Run to, the nearest business or find help. Just run. But make sure you got your phone on you because you can be calling whoever you got to do. But run if he cross the street. Don't even stick around to like see what he doing. Just run. All right? If he stay on the other side of the street, slow down. Just slow down. That's it. Like, you can even stop. Let him pass. If you feel like threatened or you feel like this guy's following you, this woman is following you, whatever, slow down. Let them pass by. Let them pass by. You can make it obvious if you want. You don't have to. Like, that's totally up to you. It's your discretion. But let them go first, man. You peep the scene. You see how they moving. You just let them go first. So remember, anytime you walking, you feel like somebody on your heels, cross the street. You see them cross the street with you, book it. Get on down. Don't ask questions. You don't want to talk. They not trying to sell you nothing. Get on down. If they stay on that side of the street, slow down. Let them pass. Let them pass. Trust me. Trust me.
Until he turned to the block with his house on it. At some point before making it back, the man was no longer behind him. At least not that he thought. It was only after he made it back inside the house that he got a notification that he received a snap from his friend Luke, one of his housemates, who was home at the time. Luke had lost his phone that night though, so receiving a snap from his Snapchat account meant that somebody had his phone. Tom called his housemates downstairs before opening the video. He also turned his screen recorder on to capture the snap, and this is what they saw.
Never. Bro, you mean to tell me he walking behind you recording you? First of all, he know you. He gotta know you. He gotta know you. But that's crazy. So he following you to your crib, bro. And that bag would have like down the street sent me. I ain't gonna lie. That bag, I'd have started running when that bag started.
What he was holding out
like
floating
beside me. Ain't no way.
Phone. They had the idea to check the location of Luke's phone on the Snap map, since he had his location enabled, as did Tom. The location of his Bitmoji was last updated 9 minutes ago, and its location was right on top of their house. So the 3 guys who were currently home ran around the entire property with all the outside lights on to light up the area.
Yeah, see, these dudes stood on business. They went outside. They seen the phone was at the crib. They said, all right, let's go outside. Let's see what's up. Like, at least they attempting. Ladies, these type of dudes you need. They about business. They going to see what's up.
They man with the phone, but oddly enough, Luke's Bitmoji moved just a tad as it updated again, yet it was still on top of the house, meaning whoever had the phone had to be somewhere that they were overlooking. After a while, The guys thought to lock the phone using the Find My iPhone feature and then have it play as sound. When they did this, they were confused to hear the beeping sound of the phone coming from inside the house, followed by stomping of someone's shoes and the phone.
He was in the crib!
Luke's beeping phone was still inside the house, but instead of going straight for that, the three guys ran outside to chase after whoever just ran out the front door. By the time they made it out onto the street, they had no idea which way the person went. They were out of sight and they could have been hiding anywhere. After checking the neighbors' yards, the guys went back inside to retrieve Luke's beeping phone, and Tom claims they found it right in the pantry closet.
Hiding in the pantry, bro.
In there for however
hiding
long.
in the pantry.
At first, one could have maybe assumed that the person who had the phone was trying to return it, until it was discovered that that person was literally hiding in their house. Assuming all the details in the story are true, if I had to guess, the man who had stolen Luke's phone knew who he was somehow and was following Tom through his SnapMap Bitmoji location all the way up to their house. There are some missing details though, like how the phone was stolen, what the method of entry to the house was.
Yeah, how did he get in the crib?
Luke and the rest of the guys in the house had any sort of enemies.
Why are you in the crib? How'd you get in?
No police action was taken apparently.
Get off Snapchat, y'all.
In 2015, an Australian Redditor with username Skinna555 took 3 Snapchat videos of his parents' exotic birds and put them on a Snapchat story. What followed next was downright disturbing.
Not my mama bird.
Skinna and his girlfriend recently moved into his childhood home with his parents while their own house was being built. Skinna's parents owned 3 Australian parrots, and one night while he was home alone, he uploaded 3 Snapchat stories showing off the birds, since many people always asked about the birds.
I'd say the first one of my parents' little birds is this little guy. It is little Leo. He's a cockatiel. The second little bird of my parents is a rainbow lorikeet. His name is Oliver. And there he is. And here I am with my good little mate, Puffin.
About 15 minutes after uploading the videos to his story, Skinna receives a text from one of his friends.
If I get a text like that, I'm like, bro, what you talking about, bro?
By the way,
stop playing.
What was that in the window behind you in the last one?
What you talking about?
So after seeing this text, he went to rewatch the clips a couple of times and opened them on his computer to get a larger and clearer view of the videos. In the last snap, it almost appears as if someone is at the door, looking in with their hands cupped against it. But it's hard to say for sure because of how briefly the door is in the frame. But whatever it was not in the first snap when that same door was in full frame. Skinna was home alone at the time.
See? Another window open. Like, close your window. There's no reason why your window is open at nighttime. That's definitely somebody being a stalker, being weird. Maybe they come for the birds. I don't know. But that is weird. That is... See, bro?
And to add to the mystery, that door led to the backyard, which was only accessible through a single gate which had been locked. The theory that it might have been a reflection doesn't hold up, because the sliding glass door was half open, and all that stood between the figure and the inside of the room was the fly screen door, which would not have been able to cast any reflections. Whatever was at that door moved in the matter of seconds that passed between the first and third snap. When Skinna was a young child, around 10, he started to commonly experience sleep paralysis, which could get so intense that he'd find himself often not being able to breathe for short periods of time. And this led to a fear of sleeping for him. A couple years went by.
Sleep paralysis is scary,
sleep paralysis
dog.
tendencies would worsen. During his episodes, he could not move and felt like something that meant him harm was in the room with him. Around the age of 14, he started to hear and see things like thuds and creaks. However, he always had one recurring vision, a faceless person looking in his bedroom window with their hands cupped up to the glass, similar to this image caught.
How ironic. How ironic. That's always something he's seen, is a faceless person staring in a window. I ain't saying it's cap, but what I am saying, that's kind of ironic. Like, really. I think he gassing it a little bit. No, this probably happened. Somebody definitely probably in his window, but he gassing this whole sleep paralysis part. He probably had sleep paralysis, but this, nah.
In his Snap story, when he moved out at age 18, he never had another episode. So for a few days after these snaps, nothing happens. But come Friday night, Skinna found himself home alone again. At around 10:15 p.m., while playing games on Steam with his friends, he starts to hear some relatively loud banging, loud enough that he could hear it even through his headset.
That's crazy.
It was coming from the screen door outside. He got up to film the sounds using his phone. The noises got louder and more frequent. Instead of outright opening the curtains and potentially finding himself face to face with someone on the other side, he walked through the kitchen into the laundry room to turn on the outside lights. Like I mentioned earlier, there's only one entry and exit to the backyard, the left side of the house through a locked gate. So with the back lights now on, he went over to a window that looks out to that one exit of the backyard.
Bro, I say this all the time, bro. The first thing y'all do when y'all hear loud noise is grab your phone and record. Why? Like, why? Whatever happens, like, if it's a ghost, if it's a robber, like, just because you're recording, that's not gonna stop them. Like, they're gonna do whatever. Like, protect yourself. Like,
waiting and expecting to see someone rushing out of the yard, a loud noise can be heard from outside on the opposite side of the house. He aims the camera at the window for a few moments, then turns on the kitchen lights, and seconds later stops recording.
what the fuck, man?
He kept all the lights on until his parents returned home. He uploaded the videos to Reddit, and people started to help in examining the videos. After a few Redditors enhanced the videos, a big mass in the corner was revealed in the dining room. The figure begins to resemble a person. And to make it creepier, that figure is not
was
there
in
at
a
the end of the
crib.
video.
See?
Skinner called the police, and the video freaked even them out.
Home
They believe that a
invasion,
two-man
man.
team tried to rob his parents while they were away. Theoretically, when one would-be robber broke in and realized Skinner was home, the
They
second
coming
one
for the
tried to
bird.
make noise to lure
Coming
him
for my
inside.
bird.
And when it didn't work, he snuck out and escaped. Skinner doesn't entirely trust this theory, mainly because all the doors and windows were locked from the inside when they came in. So how exactly would these guys have gotten in? Years later, this just
That's
remains to
crazy.
be another internet
That's crazy.
mystery. And what
Do y'all
actually
believe that
went
was a
down,
ghost,
they
or do
now
y'all
know.
believe it was somebody coming to steal something, steal a bird, home invaders, robbers? What y'all believe? I don't know, but I don't know. The moral of this video is to be careful on your social media. If you got Snapchat, get rid of it. Like, unless you like making money from Snapchat. If you ain't making money from it, what do you need it for? Like, because if you got a girlfriend or a boyfriend and you use Snapchat, you cheating. Let you know that right now. Stop cheating. Stop cheating. But I love these videos, man. I love these videos. This is cool. That's the moral of the story, man. Stay off Snapchat. You feel me? Yeah, that's the end of this video. So, till the next time, thank y'all for tuning in. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.